it's one of my favorite loads. I've got a lot of straps, walking on big rocks. So far, let's see, what time is it? I don't know, 12:30, 1 o'clock. It's Wednesday, I want to say the 28th. I have enough time on my clock to make it there tonight, but it doesn't deliver until 2 o'clock tomorrow. I don't know how strict they are on delivery times, but this is a very tall load, and you can see how thin, even though I've got gut straps and 3 straps over the top of each one of these stacks, this stuff still moves. The most stable of the stacks have been these, but I don't know necessarily. That portion was stuck out when I started, I remembered, because I could almost walk in between here when I was doing my strapping. And I have retightened as I've gone several times, but this stack is makes me nervous. Hauling this pipe always makes me nervous, and I'm traveling from Monroe, North Carolina to Romulus, Michigan. So I didn't know Star Trek was in Michigan, but I guess that's where all the Romulans live. They have this little tiny pipe on top, and I've got it cranked down really tight. I mean, you can see how much the pipe flexes as I've tightened these straps, but it's strange that it is migrating this way a little bit. And I'm over halfway there, and I'm out of the hills and pretty much level, straight road the rest of the way north. So that should aid in less shifting. But if I look straight up from my strap, you could see how it is drifted a little bit to the back, which is unusual. Most of the force that my loads receive as a truck driver is, I would think that it would want to migrate forward because you stop. The stopping force when you apply your brakes is much greater than, you know, me stepping on the accelerator and taking off. But it could be a combination of wind and vibration on the deck itself, and it's just slowly migrating back with the force of whatever wind is being applied across the top. So I don't know, it's a puzzle. It's a lot of separate little stacks of pipe in the back that make me nervous. If you could see, you have let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 1 smaller stack, so it's 4. But then we get to here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 separate stacks of pipe up here on the back that I'm having to work with. And again, it's 4 on this side, and then 4 on that side, so it's 8. But I mean, it's 4 levels high in which these separate bundles are secured with their wood and plastic binder. But I've in hauling this stuff before, I've had these elements of the securement by the company that I picked up from. I've had these break and loose pipe come out, to where I've had to put pipe stakes in and do all kinds of fancy securement to hold it in place. And so far I have not reached a point to where I'm going to have to redo anything, but I'm always prepared to. After the first time I hauled this plastic pipe way back when, and my load at that time it started separating in the front. The two stacks had started separating all the way up to the top and was hanging off on the one side. I'm sure that video is still available. I spent a couple hours at a rest stop before I went to sleep hand realigning that stuff with straps. I used the force of the straps and the way that I wound it around to actually pull the load back to center on both sides. So far not an issue with these front three stacks. Yeah, I ran out of, I've used every spool that I have for my 4-inch straps, and then what I didn't have a spool for, I threw a 2-inch strap over, and I decided to get, it's a total guess, maybe I could have gone with the 2-inch strap as a gut strap and then saved the 4-inch strap for the top center one, but it's already got, you can see how much force is being applied to that particular pipe right there, to where it's actually not only, it may be, you may see deformation with the pipe being pushed down, but that's actually bending the pipe itself. And same thing there, and that's what I go for, because my load instructions say to tighten it down until you see the pipes bend, and that's acceptable. And I'm like, all right, so that's what I do. It still makes me nervous. This stuff always does, but it's been behaving. It behaves a little bit better than wax-covered steel I-beams, that's for sure. But this is, yeah, I don't remember exactly how aligned these particular segments were, but I'm pretty sure that they were flush with each other. So it's interesting to see just how wind and vibration can cause things to shift ever so slightly, even within the stack itself, because you can see how the wood is bent as well on at least this bottom stack. The rest of them appear to be straight. Oh, here, this one too. I'm not sure exactly, but this one is more vertical and that one's more slanted, so I don't know. There was a big gap in this one when I loaded it, and I thought that was strange, but I'm not the one that loads it. It's a preloaded trailer. I show up, transfer all my stuff to this trailer and secure it and go. I initially thought that I had this trailer before. When I was looking at this, I was like, hey, they look like they had done some welding here, light replacement, but then I was like, well, let me check. And the one I was thinking of was, this was pretty much gouged in, which I thought this is a trailer where I had a tire blowout, but I don't think so. But when I showed up to pick this preloaded trailer up, there was a mechanic working on it, and I thought that was kind of strange. But I saw these what I call tire marks on the door on the other side, and it made me think of a previous trailer I had. Luckily, all the tires are now good. This is like a brand new tire. But while I was there loading this, they were changing this tire. This is a brand new tire as well. I'm sure it's a recap, but so I spent I don't know, maybe a good 10 or 15 minutes extra on top of what I would have been there for, waiting for repairs to be completed. You can see here, there's a cracked weld. Little things I'm noticing that I will turn this in for when I get home on the weekend. This is what exists of the previous mud flap holder or bracket, and this is I think a temporary one, because it doesn't line up with the one that's on that side, but it is a temporary non-Maverick mud flap. But it doesn't even, if you can see the one on that side in comparison to the one they have hanging here, so I'll turn that in. I guess the repairs that they were doing at the time, they couldn't do any more with this on site, so I'll take care of that once I get back. But all the other tires look good, really good tread depth. So far so good. All the lights work. So I got another 430 miles to go, but I'm going to stop short. I'll probably I have time to go. Let's see, what was I thinking? I have time to go to almost there. Well, actually I have enough time to drive all the way there, but because of my delivery time tomorrow, I'm not going to. And stop short somewhere and then travel the rest of the way tomorrow. But that's it. More plastic pipe from North Carolina, south of Charlotte, Monroe, North Carolina. The adventure always continues with this stuff. It's going to a Home Depot, and I think it's not a store per se, but a central distribution point. Because I looked it up on Google Maps, and it does not look like a store. So I don't know if they'll necessarily unload me early, even though I'm going to be there early. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Just doing the job. All right, that's it. This is my half-hour break, so I'll go inside and see what they have to offer. I actually stayed the night here last night, which was not last night, yesterday, the night before last, Monday night, and I was parked along the road there. This is kind of a small pilot, but then I traveled to North Carolina, picked up my load, and started heading north. And this is interesting, the truck stops you run into again. And this is a very tight spot to get into because there's very limited space on the far end to give your truck maneuverability to get in, so you can. So, yeah. Otherwise, it's staying fairly centered. Oh well. That's it for now. That's it for now. If any of my videos have helped you determine to go with Maverick Transportation, I'd appreciate it if you'd use my name as a referral. You can either put it on the electronic application or the paper one. There's a spot for it. Or if you're really not sure if they'll get your information, you can always go to my YouTube page and send me a private message. Give me your name and your phone number, and I'll be sure Maverick Transportation knows who you are.